Hi guys, this is Jess with This Tiny Schoolhouse. Today I am going to be going over how I plan a unit study for our homeschool. If this is your first time here, I am a homeschool mama to two kiddos. One is in preschool, so he doesn't really do much. But then I also have an 8-year-old who is about 2nd, 3rd grade level. We do most of our homeschooling with her, and then kind of are introducing the idea of some play schooling with our preschooler. So if you are here for homeschool content, you like those kind of videos, or you just like seeing what other homeschool mamas are doing with their life, clean with me videos, daily vlogs, morning routines, that kind of thing, then hit the subscribe button down below. I would love to have you be a part of the channel, or if you like the unit planning video specifically, give this video a thumbs up. That way I know to do more of these in the future. So I just want to say that I have kind of a love-hate relationship with unit studies. I love the idea of them, and I love what they can do for your homeschool. But I hate my current relationship with unit studies because I have tried several of them in the past and have never really followed through with a unit study. Now I think this is for two reasons. One is because I've planned it myself, and I've wanted it to be perfect before we begin. So I wanted to get every single manipulative that there was out there. I wanted to get every single book. I wanted to know the content myself, forwards and backwards, before I tried to teach it. I wanted every printable laminated, and I wanted everything to be perfect, our entire homeschool to be immersed in this, and then to just constantly have this beautiful aha moment with my child. That's not homeschooling every day. When that happens, it's great, but it's not going to happen unless it's organic. So when I'm constantly trying to make everything perfect, it just isn't fun for me, and then that makes it not fun for Emma. The second reason why I have failed so much at homeschool unit studies in the past is because I will buy some kind of predetermined curriculum, our unit study off of like Teachers Pay Teachers, or like I've used the Good and the Beautiful ones in the past, and then following that set guideline makes it no longer child-led. I know you can skip and choose what's going on in the curriculum, but at the same time, it just isn't us sitting down and learning what we want to learn about a subject. So, and then in that, I don't have that wonderful aha moment again, and I don't have this real connection built with the subject. So, in the past, I've really not enjoyed unit studies too much, but I know that they are perfect for our homeschool if I could just get out of my own head while we're doing them. Emma is a very project-based learner, so unit studies are great for her. She really likes them. It's just me getting my mindset right. So I am so excited about this one. We're in Girl Scouts, and I'm on a bunch of Girl Scout Facebook pages, and one of the patch sites that I follow posted something about a Shark Week patch. And then I'm like, oh, Shark Week must be coming up. We're not really big, devoted Shark Week followers, but I've watched a couple of them. I watched quite a few of them when I was nursing in the middle of the night. Seemed appropriate at 2 o'clock in the morning to watch about Megalodon. So I asked Emma if she wanted to learn about sharks. I mean, that could be a fun little mini unit study we could do, get things rolling again. And she's like, yeah, that's fun, but let's learn about the entire ocean. And then I was like, bleh. Ocean is like the first unit study you do when you become a homeschooler, especially if you're doing those younger grades. I feel like it's oceans. Plants is another big one. Not that there's anything wrong with doing these, but these are just the most common ones that I've seen. Apples, for some reason, and Arctic animals are the 4 that I've seen the most on like Pinterest and that kind of thing. There's tons of other ones out there, but those are like the common ones that I've seen. So I'm like, oceans. Alright, we'll do it because you want to, but I wasn't excited about it. But now that I've kind of jumped in with this new, refreshed philosophy about it, I am so excited to do this oceans unit. I think we're going to have so much fun learning about it. And since I'm doing things kind of new, kind of different for us for the first time, I wanted to take you guys along my planning process. So a problem I have always had with unit studies is I don't feel like we need to learn about a bunch of different ocean animals. I see the merit in it, and I'm a big believer in, if you teach a child how to learn, they can learn anything they want. It doesn't matter what they're learning as long as they know how to learn. But at the same time, like, it just gets boring to learn about a bunch of different ocean animals. And that's kind of what unit studies usually end up being revolved around, is the ocean animals, or like Arctic animals, or that kind of thing. It's just part of it. It's a huge chunk of it whenever I've done any homeschool research on building your own unit study. So one thing that I really wanted to do with this unit study was to make some other kind of goal. Rather than just learning about the ocean, I wanted to take our homeschooling goals and make sure to incorporate what I could into our unit study. This is an amazing wealth of information for homeschoolers. It's called Home Learning Year by Year, How to Design a Homeschool Curriculum from Preschool through High School. I've talked about it before. It's an excellent resource. If there was one book about homeschooling that I had to get, this would be it. But what I wanted to do was go through this and really pick some key elements that this suggests that they learn in her grade, or the grades below that I didn't really feel like we accomplished, and try to make sure to incorporate that into our unit. So it wasn't just learning everything we could learn about the ocean. I will actually be mentally checking off some boxes in my head, which will make me feel so much better about the unit study. So to show you guys kind of what it's like, it breaks it down into years, from preschool all the way up to high school, all the way up to grade 12, and then it breaks it down into subjects. So as you have the subjects, it gives you suggestions for what you can do for each little theme about it. It's just a great bit of information. So apart from adding those specific goals to our unit study, another huge difference for this one is our access to books. Normally when I've done a unit study in the past, I will go onto my library's website and I will literally add every single book that is related to that unit to my list, and I end up coming home with about 50 books or more even. And then anything that they don't have, I will check out from like my Amazon, but if I have so many, then I won't really buy anything for it. Now our library is all messed up. Our library is open, and what they've always done is they have an interlibrary exchange program. It's an entire network of libraries across our state, and I can order books from those libraries and they're mailed to my library for me to pick up. So I can just get on the website and have access to hundreds of books that even our library doesn't have. But with everything that's going on in the world right now, that's not an option. They are still sending over books. They're doing a bunch of quarantine, all kinds of crazy scenarios. But I think a lot of libraries still aren't open across the state. So even if I put that book on my list and it tags it that I want it, it's not being shipped out from that library. So I am not having access to the books that I normally have. So I did have to go find some off of half-price books. I'm going to show you guys what I got and then what I did end up getting from the library. So if I had to pick one book for this entire unit study, it would be this one. It is the Super Shark Encyclopedia and Other Creatures of the Deep. This says shark, and I found this when I was just planning on doing a shark unit study, but it really has mostly other creatures in it. There's a bunch of cool sharks in it, but this book is gorgeous. I'm going to do a flip through with like a closer look at this book, but if I had to get one book for this entire unit study, it would be this one. This is one of the ones that I had on my list at the library, but it just wasn't available. Or it was available, it just wasn't coming in. So I went ahead and purchased it from Half Price Books. It was about $12. It was worth it. This book is awesome. So many cool, huge, full color pictures, lots of facts, lots of information. This is just fun to flip through. Even for Noah, he will get a kick out of this. So I'm really excited about this. I also got Chomp, a book about sharks. I got this. This was like $2 or $3 from Half Price Books. It's a little chapter book that's kind of at Emma's reading level. So she'll do this. We are finishing up The Courage of Sarah Noble really fast. So we'll definitely be done before August. So this is going to be her next read aloud, her next independent reading. I have I Wonder Why the Sea is Salty and Other Questions About the Ocean. It just has a lot of like fun questions, and I think once a day maybe we'll go through and pick out a question just so we can have some fun facts in our head. This is like $3, I think, maybe. I've got this book called Ocean Giants by Kate Waters. Again, it's just something on her level that she can sit down and read. Oops, have a receipt. And it talks about different animals in the ocean. So I like having some of these on hand. It actually does make a little bit of a difference. This book is one that I got from the library. I actually didn't order it for this unit study specifically, but I'm so excited that it came in because it works perfectly with what we're doing. That is the Book of Animal Poetry. This has 200 poems with photographs that squeak, soar, and roar. So it's got a bunch of animal poetry in it. What I'm going to do is go through and tag all of the ones that have to do with the ocean. I found like a whole section yesterday, but I'm going to go through and put a little post-it on all the ones that have to do with the ocean. Here it is. And we'll go through and we'll read some of these poetry. I want to start doing some poetry memory work with her, so that's going to be a part of our unit. This book is also from the library. It's just a fun read aloud. It's called Give Me Back My Bones. It's about a little skeleton guy who has his bones scattered all over the ocean, so he travels the ocean trying to find his bones, I think. It looks really cute, and I think that Emma will enjoy it. I think that Noah will also enjoy it. He's getting to the age where he really likes sitting down and listening to people read, which stinks because our story time is not going on currently. So that is all of the books that I currently have for our ocean unit study. It's nothing comparable to what I normally have. So what I'm going to do at this point is go through and try to find some kind of movies to watch. I have Amazon Prime, Disney Plus, Netflix, and Hulu. So I'm going to go on all of those and try to find different things that I can watch. I have already went through Amazon Prime and found some of those. And then Hulu has all of Shark Week up, all of the Shark Week stuff. So I'll use those two. And I think Disney has Ocean, so obviously we'll watch that. I'm going to be implementing a lot of those kind of things into it this year, or this unit study, because I find them enjoyable, Emma finds them enjoyable, Noah can get a little bit out of it, and it's just a different synapse in her brain that's going off. I never really did a lot of movies before. The one time I did was we watched a movie about monarchs when we did our butterfly unit study last year. And Emma still talks about things that she learned about in that movie. So I really need to start trying to incorporate documentaries more into our homeschool. So I'm going to put a list of what I picked down below, and I will also show you guys as I go through and try to find some. So another huge resource is Pinterest. Like I said, Emma is a project-based learner. So I'm going to be going through Pinterest and kind of picking and choosing what I want out of Pinterest, and coming up with some crafts, getting a supply list, that sort of thing. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Now I'm going to show you guys, if you want to see it, me actually going through and doing some of it. This is going to be a living, growing, breathing unit. I will follow Emma where she wants to go. If she gets really interested in like dolphins, we'll focus on dolphins for a little while. If she gets really interested in the different kinds of layers of the ocean, we'll talk about that. I really want to follow her and not be so stuck to a guide or a plan that it ruins the unit for both of us again. I also want to say that I am a content creator on Teachers Pay Teachers. So I do have ocean lap books and interactive notebooks and that sort of thing that I've already made. So I might pull some of those, or might even make new ones. If I do anything like that, I know I already have an ocean interactive notebook, but if I do anything like that that pertains to this unit study, I'll put a link to it down below as well. But I do love making that kind of stuff. So yeah, I don't really buy much off of Teachers Pay Teachers besides clip art to use and stuff that I want to make. So there are a couple things that I have purchased and used just because I didn't have the time to sit down and do it, or just didn't want to. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys, if you want to stick around for the rest of the video, me going through and actually planning out some things. If you're not interested in seeing me actually plan anything out, you're just kind of wanting to see how somebody else plans a unit study, there's tons of great resources out there. I recommend finding books, movies, games, and activities to do. Those are the 4 things that I like to hit. I will hit this time. and hopefully we have a lot of fun with it. I'm really excited about this unit. Like I said, I wasn't at first, but now I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So, yeah. I will show you guys me planning now. If you guys like, I can show you a wrap-up of what we've done. Let me know down below what we actually ended up doing, things we really enjoyed, things we didn't really like so much. I wish we could go to the aquarium. Wouldn't that be cool? Or the beach. Alright. Bye, guys. So here I am in the Home Learning Year by Year book. And I'm in the grade 3. I'm on grade 3, and just this is all the different things. So like for life science, understand the concept of balance of nature, the elements of the food chain, and the definition of ecosystem. So this is one we are definitely going to want to make sure we include in our ocean unit study. And it kind of breaks it down, catches the difference between vertebrates and invertebrates. Here are some suggestions. Alpha animals, a group of animal names and classification. Kids hop around, so I will look into getting that as well. Classroom critters and the scientific method. Animal classifications. So we'll learn about different mammals and the difference between mammals and fish. So as you guys can see, it just kind of breaks things down really well. So I'm going to go through here and pick out a couple specific goals for us for this unit study. Okay, so here's kind of a rough draft of some things that I want to make sure that we cover. This is by no means everything that we will cover, but it's just some things that I pulled out of Home Learning Year by Year that I want to introduce in our ocean unit. We will mostly be following Emma's interest, of course, but this makes it so that I have some kind of base. We're going to be understanding the food chain, the definition of ecosystem. We're going to begin talking about animal classification, which has to do with vertebrates and invertebrates. Properties of light. I want to talk about the different layers of the ocean and how light is dispersed through them and how that affects what grows and what lives in that layer. And then rocks and minerals. I thought it would be a good way to bring up underwater volcanoes, sand, what kind of rock that is, sedimentary, and all of that. And all of that makes it so that I have a sturdy goal and checklist for this unit study. Now, we will also, of course, be learning about all the different animals, all kinds of other fun things, but this gives me some kind of academic foundation to make myself feel better. So here is that Super Shark Encyclopedia I was talking about. I just wanted to give you guys more of an in-depth look at it. It's got such amazing pictures, such cool facts about it, the name, information, and more pictures. It's just such a cool book. Here's the anatomy of a great white shark. You guys can just see it has tons of facts, tons of information, and the pictures are just so freaking cool. A lamprey. I had to do one of these, a project on one of those for school. And I'm skipping pages here. This is not all the pages. But there are just a ton of cool animals in here. So if you're going to be doing an ocean unit study, this book is worth getting. Here's the animal poetry book. Like I said, I'm going to go through and tag some of the ocean ones with a post-it. That way we can just flip right to it. But it's a really cool book anyways. Okay, so my computer is very dusty. Don't judge me, y'all. You can see me. Hi. I went ahead and got onto Disney Plus, and I'm adding oceans to our list. I'm on Hulu as well, and I already have the world's biggest tiger shark, Shark Week, and Shark vs. Surfer saved on here. Also Timeless, best show ever, Once Upon a Time, best show ever, and then I watched Ghosted for a minute, but I stopped watching it. Don't judge my other watches on here. I'm just showing you the shark stuff. And then on Prime Video again, Outlander, y'all, best show ever. Don't judge my stuff. You can see me. Hi. I have Wild Pacific, Great White Shark, the Galapagos, Realm of Giant Sharks, Planet of the Sharks, I don't think I actually meant to save. I think that's more of a movie. Don't judge my... Look, I tried Twilight again the other day. It was awful. And then Diving with Sharks. It's the Ultimate Guide. So there are some other things on there that have to do with sharks. Go this way. There we go. So yeah, those are all of the movies that I have saved so far. This is when I was kind of just focusing on sharks, but I'm going to go through and try to find some more ocean-y things. But I do have this whole Oceans from Disney. Oh, it's not on right now. It won't be available till next month. What? Where is it at now then? Is it on Netflix? Who's watching? Me. Don't judge my watches. I don't watch this guy, dude. No, stop. We don't watch him. He's inappropriate. Oh, okay, so it's on Netflix. So we'll watch it on Netflix instead. We'll watch that. That covers a lot of things. And then Shark Week will be fun. And then I've previewed a couple of these other ones. They're really interesting. So I'm excited about those. Next is Pinterest. So Pinterest is where we're going to get the majority of our activities from. I love reading together. I love watching movies together. But like I said, Emma is a project-based learner, so this is where most of it's going to happen for us. I already have an Oceans and a Shark board saved, so Ocean. I'll just start off by looking for activities for kids. So as you can see, there's just a ton of stuff. So I'm just going to go through and start saving stuff. Oh, coral painting looks fun, and Noah will like that too. So we'll go ahead and just save that to Ocean. We can learn about the coral reef that day. Where is it? Ocean unit. Let's see if there's anything else that sticks to my eye. Oh, a saltwater buoyancy experiment. Stick that in there. It's a pretty little graphic about the ocean zones. Shaving cream sensory play. We'll stick that in there for Noah. Alright guys, well it actually looks like my camera is about to die. So I'm going to have to go ahead and sign off here. Like I said, if you guys are interested in seeing more about what I do for the Ocean Unit Study, let me know. I'd be happy to go in more depth. This is kind of just an overview of some things that we might be doing. Kind of how I get started planning. I can go in more in depth if you guys would like. Yeah, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Bye!